Welcome. If you're a doctor, practice owner, or office manager listening, you know things are moving incredibly fast with technology right now, maybe faster than ever.
Absolutely. It's almost dizzying keeping up.
Right. And today, we're not really diving into the clinical side of AI. We want to focus purely on the back end, the strategy, the operations, marketing, basically, where AI is making a real difference to the practice's bottom line, like right now.
Exactly. The goal here is to kind of synthesize the key takeaways from a couple of really important recent industry talks. We listened to the Share Practices podcast with George Hariri and Richard Lowe, and also the Bulletproof Dental podcast with Pete and Craig.
Both great conversations.
Yeah, and both really hit on this core idea. Bill Gates put it best, I think. He said, AI is the biggest technical thing ever in my lifetime.
And you see that playing out, right? I mean, look at the wider corporate world. You see these headlines, Amazon laying off, 30,000 white-collar workers?
Yeah, huge numbers.
But it's not because business is suddenly collapsing.
Yeah,
It's efficiency. AI is driving this massive operational efficiency boost. And that same power, that's available to independent dental practices now.
That's the crucial point. It really boils down to leverage. Independent practices often feel outgunned, right? Facing large DSOs, dealing with insurance companies.
It's a resource battle.
It always has been. Historically, you just had to hire more people, throw more bodies at analysis, at admin tasks.
But that's changing.
Completely changing. Using these advanced AI tools, things like custom large language models, GPTs, it flips the script. A small, agile team can suddenly perform like a much larger organization.
Okay, so AI isn't just another tool in the toolbox then?
No, it's becoming fundamental. It's
Right.
think of it as the new operating system for the practice. It's starting to drive planning, decision-making, communication, efficiency across the board. One of the sources put it pretty bluntly, AI gives you the gun in the gunfight.
Okay, that's a strong image. Let's make it more concrete, though. If AI is this new OS, where are we seeing the most immediate and dramatic impact?
Marketing.
Yeah.
Without doubt. It's undergoing a complete revolution. We're shifting away from SEO, search engine optimization, which we all know, towards something called GEO, generative engine optimization.
All right, unpack that. GEO. For years, SEO meant getting patients to search, click through links, compare websites, kind of a hunt and peck approach, right?
Exactly. And frankly, it's often a terrible user experience. Sifting through ads, directories. Who knows what's reliable?
Right.
So generative engines think Google's new AI search, Perplexity, Claude, ChatGPT, they skip all that. They synthesize information from everywhere and just give you the answer. A direct, confident recommendation.
And practices are actually seeing this work already. Patients coming in because an AI recommended them.
Yes, the sources confirmed it. Dentists are getting referrals because ChatGPT analyzed the available data and basically said, this practice looks like the best fit for you.
Okay, but here's the potential issue. If the AI is just picking the quote-unquote best, doesn't that just funnel everyone to the massive practices with thousands of reviews? How does an independent practice compete in this GEO world? Is it still a meritocracy?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And actually, this is where it gets interesting, this shift. It's potentially good news for practices that are genuinely focused on quality and patient care.
How so?
Because traditional SEO.
Oh.
It was gameable. You could buy spammy links, use shady black hat tricks to climb the rankings, even if your actual patient experience wasn't great.
Right, keyword stuffing and all that.
Exactly. But AI, it's smarter. It's becoming the truth teller. As one source put it, AI has become the truth teller of the internet.
So you can't just trick the algorithm with backlinks anymore.
Not effectively. The AI isn't just reading your website keywords. It's looking everywhere. It's aggregating sentiment, reading reviews across Google, Yelp, even looking at discussions on Reddit, Quora, watching TikTok videos about dentists. It's building a consensus based on real experiences.
Wow.
The quote that really stuck with me was, you can't fake being a good practice anymore. AI sees what's real.
Okay, so if you want the AI, the generative engine to recommend your practice, you need to prove you're the real deal. What are the key things it's looking for? What are these digital pillars?
Number one, absolutely foundational. Your Google My Business profile, or GMB.
Still crucial then.
More than ever. It's the AI's primary source for verifying you exist, where you are, when you're open. If you haven't claimed it, optimized it with photos, maybe a virtual tour, use Google Posts, you're basically invisible to GEO. It's non-negotiable.
Got it. GMB is pillar one. What's next?
Pillar two is patient reviews and social proof. This is probably the heavyweight champion for ranking signals going into 2025. You need a steady stream of reviews, sure, but you also need to understand the AI is looking broadly. It's analyzing sentiment across the whole digital landscape, not just the review link you send out.
So it's not just Google reviews anymore. It's Yelp. It's potentially social media buzz.
Everything. It's looking for authentic social proof. And pillar three is relevance. This is about clearly signaling to the AI what you actually do and what you specialize in.
How do you do that effectively?
Using website schema is important. That's structured data that helps machines understand your content. But maybe more practically, create really good, honest FAQs on your website.
Can you give an example, like a tactical example?
Sure. Let's say you offer Invisalign. Go to ChatGPT and ask it, what are the 5 most common questions patients ask about Invisalign? It'll instantly spit out the queries it knows people are searching for.
Okay.
Then you answer those 5 questions thoroughly and honestly on your practice website. Boom. You've just massively boosted your relevance and authority on Invisalign for any AI looking for information on that topic.
That makes sense. Clear, authoritative content. Okay, so that naturally leads us to how different roles in the practice might use AI. Let's talk strategic versus tactical. For the practice owner, the leader,
Yeah.
the Unancho Roost is more strategic.
Right. Exactly. High-level stuff. Using AI for, say, forecasting cash flow, analyzing the profitability of different procedures, modeling different growth scenarios. One of the podcasts even mentioned designing a custom LLM, a large language model, to function like a non-human CFO.
Whoa, okay, hold on. Designing a custom LLM sounds really complex. Like you need a data science team. Is that realistic for an independent practice owner? Are they supposed to build their own AI from scratch?
Ah, good clarification.
Yeah.
No, not from scratch. That's key. It's about customizing an existing powerful foundation model like GPT-4 or a similar enterprise-grade platform. You're essentially teaching a very smart pre-built AI about your specific business.
So you feed it your numbers, your fee schedules, your specific challenges.
Exactly. Your overhead, your insurance adjustments, your equipment lease details. You're training it on your practice's unique context. Then it can provide those high-level CFO-type insights, but without the $250,000 salary.
Okay, that makes much more sense. Customizing, not building from the ground up. So that's strategic. What about the tactical use for the team on the ground?
This is where AI becomes an accelerator. It's about speed and efficiency for everyday tasks. Think about the front desk, using it to instantly draft complex insurance appeal letters tailored to specific denial codes.
That alone would save hours.
Huge hours. Or generating standard operating procedures, SOPs, for anything from opening duties to onboarding a new hire. Creating patient communication scripts for reminders, post-op instructions, financial policy discussions.
And this is where those custom GPTs you mentioned come in.
Precisely. This is their sweet spot.
So explain that a bit more. What is a custom GPT, practically speaking? How is it different from just opening up regular ChatGPT?
Think of it less like brand new software and more like a specialized instruction set or a persona layered on top of the main ChatGPT model. Instead of asking a generalist AI, you build or use a pre-built role-specific assistant.
Like an insurance GPT.
Exactly. You feed it your specific list of carriers, your common denial reasons, your preferred appeal language, maybe examples of past successful appeals. It instantly becomes fluent in your office's insurance process.
So you could have one for insurance, maybe one for HR policies, one for clinical notes or chairside conversations.
Yes. One for finance, one for marketing content. Each one trained on your specific systems, your scripts, your way of doing things.
And the benefit there is consistency, speed.
And crucially, knowledge retention. This AI assistant learns your practice. It knows how you handle PPO write-offs, what script to use for a patient hesitant about treatment, even like how to reset the air compressor if someone documented it.
That tackles a huge pain point knowledge walking out the door when an employee leaves.
A massive one. This helps keep that institutional knowledge inside the practice. It's why one of the sources said, the future belongs to practices that teach their AI as well as they train their team.
This reframes the whole AI taking jobs fear, doesn't it? If it's handling the frustrating, repetitive tasks.
It frees people up. That time saved fighting an insurance denial or writing an SOP from scratch. That's time back for patient care, for building relationships, for higher value work. It really resonated when they said, automation doesn't replace people, it replaces frustration.
We've all seen that frustration. A skilled team member bogged down in paperwork.
Total waste of talent and energy. This shifts them back to what matters most.
And it's also changing training, apparently. Tell me about this ever-patient tutor concept.
Yeah, this is powerful. Imagine a new team member needs to learn a specific task, maybe a software workflow or a particular patient script, instead of interrupting a busy colleague.
Or waiting for the one person who knows.
Right, they can just ask the AI, and the AI can guide them step by step. The quote was great. If you don't know how to do something, AI can guide you step by step like you're 5 years old. It removes that barrier to asking questions. It truly is becoming the ever-patient tutor of everything is upon us.
That leads into something really interesting. They mentioned using ChatGPT's voice mode for training simulations. How does that work for, say, practicing case acceptance?
It's brilliant, really, because it's a no-pressure environment. The team member uses the voice feature on their phone or computer, and the AI plays the role of the patient.
So the AI pushes back, raises objections.
Exactly. It can simulate skepticism. Oh, that sounds expensive. Do I really need that? I've talked to my spouse. The team member practices responding, working through the script, handling objections, all without the stress of a real patient interaction.
And they get instant feedback, kind of, or at least practice.
They get practice, and they can refine their approach, their tone, their word choice. It makes the actual patient conversations much smoother and more effective. Same for phone skills, front desk scenarios. Huge training potential.
Okay, this all paints a picture of AI becoming deeply integrated. But we have to hit the big hurdle, the one that makes a lot of practices nervous. Compliance. PHI, data security.
Absolutely critical. This is non-negotiable. If you are using any AI tool that touches protected health information PHI, that tool must be compliant.
And the standard free versions of ChatGPT or even the basic paid personal subscriptions, they aren't.
Correct. They're generally not PHI compliant. It's a massive risk.
Why not? What's the specific problem?
Two main reasons. First, many standard AI models use the data you input to further train their public models. You absolutely cannot have patient information being used that way. Second, and just as important, these general tools don't come with the necessary security guarantees, data handling protocols, and legal agreements, specifically a business associate agreement or BAA.
The BAA, that's the key legal document for handling PHI with a third-party vendor.
Exactly. Without a signed BAA from the AI provider, using that tool with patient data puts your practice in serious violation of regulations. Think significant fines, legal trouble. It's just not worth the risk.
So for a practice to use these powerful AI tools safely and legally with patient information, what's the solution?
They must use an enterprise-level solution.
Okay, and what does enterprise actually get you in this context?
It provides the essential safeguards, things like enhanced security protocols, data encryption, both in transit and at rest. Crucially, it guarantees that your practice data is kept private and is never used to train the public AI models. And most importantly, the provider of an enterprise solution will sign that necessary business associate agreement, BAA.
So the infrastructure is there for secure, compliant use.
Yes. It creates a secure environment where you can leverage AI for things like drafting patient communications, analyzing operational data that might contain PHI, or even building those custom GPTs we talked about, all while meeting regulatory requirements.
What about the practice owner who hears all this, sees the potential, but thinks, I don't have the time or the tech expertise to build all this out myself, even on an enterprise platform?
That's a very real concern. And the good news is you don't necessarily have to DIY everything. Independent practices are already implementing these strategies securely, using enterprise platforms designed for healthcare. Some of these solutions even come with those pre-built, role-based AI coaches, the custom GPTs for insurance, HR, operations ready to go.
So turnkey solutions are emerging within that secure enterprise framework.
Exactly. It provides a viable path for practices that want the benefits of AI without becoming AI developers themselves. They get the security, the compliance, and often ready-made tools to hit the ground running.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the core message from those podcasts seems clear. AI is moving way beyond just diagnostics. It's fundamentally reshaping practice operations.
Driving huge efficiency gains.
It's creating this new marketing landscape, this GEO meritocracy where authenticity wins.
Yeah, you can't fake being good anymore.
And doing any of this seriously requires stepping up to PHI-compliant, enterprise-level tools for security.
Absolutely. And this isn't some tech bubble that's going to pop. AI is here to stay. There's a real first-mover advantage happening right now, not just in grabbing market share via GEO, but in building a more efficient, resilient, and knowledgeable practice internally. Success really seems to hinge on adopting this thoughtfully and deploying it strategically across multiple areas: marketing, ops, finance, training.
It really feels like we're at the beginning of something transformative. So the final thought for everyone listening, considering how fast this technology is evolving from a neat trick into potentially your most knowledgeable and tireless team member,
Yeah.
what part of your practice, what workflow are you ready to start delegating to your new ever-patient tutor today?